Hi everyone. Welcome to Videos Factory. If you do not subscribe to our YouTube channel Videos Factory yet, do not be late. Subscribe to our channel and get the latest products made in this factory daily. Thanks. Today video is about top best famous people will make you rethink your future. Steve Jobs, Shahrukh Khan, Rowan Atkinson, Jack Ma. Individuals who are confronting issues now, don't realize what lies ahead. They simply continue agonizing over their future. The inquiry is, the reason stress over something which you can't make certain about? Your future isn't controlled by the issues you confront today. Nonetheless, it can be formed by your activities and after-effect of these issues. What I am endeavoring to state is that individuals should stress over their present and future, as it is common, yet stressing ought to lead you to take activities towards the arrangement, not sadness. To give you what I am discussing, we should see the life of individuals who were encompassed by dismissals and issues, yet they succeed. Steve Jobs. The unbelievable Steve employments, popular for giving us progressive Apple items, was not generally like this from the begin. He was a medication, someone who is addicted when he was more youthful, and all of you can envision how it pulverizes one's life, yet he left that habit and concentrated on his tech profession. When he propelled Apple, it was begun in a carport. After his battle, Apple turned into a physical organization, however, then because of his temper and pushy conduct which influenced representatives to go to the workplace at late evenings for gatherings, he was let go from his own organization. The organization he worked with the greater part of his life's battle, kicked him in seconds. Did he surrender? No, rather he established another organization called as Next. Be that as it may, later on, Apple benefited not do at all without Steve. Mac purchased Next and contracted Steve back. Rowan Atkinson. A standout amongst the most silly and engaging comics known as Mr. Bean to the entire world, has a harsh past as well. He had a place with a lower white-collar class family. His dad was a common agriculturist, and there were no odds of him being into this field, as normally, he needed to proceed with the heritage of his dad, which was cultivating. Rowan has a discourse issue, which implies he stammers while talking. In light of that issue, he was being giggled at by individuals around him. Yet, he didn't give it a chance to bind him. He was a skilled and dedicated kid, and that is the reason he got confirmation in Oxford, which opened a radical new world for him. At Oxford, he began appreciating acting and got himself selected in a satire gathering. In any case, lamentably, because of his stammering condition, he was not ready to perform well. So he attempted his fortunes in acting, yet again was rejected from a ton of TV appears. Regardless of the hardships and his bona fide stammering issue, he trusted in himself and proceeded with the battle. Before long he understood that inexplicably, on the off chance that he plays another character other than himself, his stammering leaves. That was the defining moment of his life, and he began taking different parts, yet at the same time used to get dismissed more often than not on account of he didn't have a gallant body and facial highlights. In any case, at that point he began his own particular TV indicate Mr. Bean and demonstrated everybody off base. Presently he is among the world's first-class comics, and for all intents and purposes everybody knows him. He had a veritable reason of stammering to surrender, yet he didn't. What conceivable reason do you have for not seeking after your fantasies? Jack Ma. The man who is well known for getting rejected at each progression of his life is the wealthiest individual in China. Be that as it may, his adventure was not easy. He had a place from a dejected family and scarcely had cash for his investigations. Be that as it may, some way or another he figured out how to get a master's in English. How about we see the rundown of his dismissals? First, he bombed in school exams for 2 times. Then he bombed 3 times in college selection tests. He endeavored to get in Harvard 10 times, however was dismissed each and every time. Tried to get into police, rejected as a result of his build. Tried to land a position, and was rejected 30 times. When KFC first came into China, 24 individuals went for meat including him, 23 were chosen and he was the just a single rejected. This Women and Refined Men is Jack Ma for you, the founder of E-Trade monster Alibaba and the 33rd wealthiest individual on the planet. In any case, think you are sufficiently bad? Try not to give dismissals access. Life stop you. Since dismissal is simply another person's conclusion about you and that is it. You know yourself better, granulate hard for your fantasies, and you will be the following Jack Ma. Shahrukh Khan. The amazing Shahrukh Khan, who is known as the Lord of Bollywood, was a customary person who couldn't bear the cost of the lease of his loft and was tossed out thus. His dad was an exceptionally respectable man, however was extremely poor. Their life was brimming with obstacles and frustrations. There were times when they would not have lunch or supper since they couldn't stand to purchase sustenance to cook. Because of the idea of his dad's activity, he was raised between a portion of the greatest begins of that time. Also, that was the reason he picked acting. He made a decent attempt to be an on-screen character, however constantly confronted dissatisfactions and dismissals. His instructors used to disclose to him that he doesn't have what it takes to be an on-screen character. He was broke to the point that occasionally he even thought about boulevards and sold tea and silver screens. Toward the beginning of his profession, he used to sign movies not on the grounds that he needed to, but rather in light of the fact that he dreaded neediness and would not like to rest hungry during the evening. What's more, now, the world knows him as Lord Khan. He is the second wealthiest performing artist on the planet. Did you surmise that alone you have issues? Ask yourself this: are your issues greater than your fantasies? Dear friends, this video isn't tied in with motivating you to resemble these individuals. It is simply to tell you that on the off chance that you have a fantasy and you buckle down on it, regardless of how awful your life moves toward becoming, you will get what you are really going after. Life resembles a sweltering sand at the shoreline in the late spring. After you cross the sand, you will have clear and calming cool water to unwind. Never give up. Thanks for watching the video.